Okay, hi Steve.
Hi.
Welcome in Kyiv.
Thanks. Sorry, this is like really difficult. Man.
It's difficult. Okay, so what's wrong? Ah, the door. There's go. Oh, sorry, mom just playing, please.
Get the fuck out. No, not you.
No, not you.
I'm just joking.
Okay. So did you have the chance to look around the Kyiv, or just straight from the plane here?
We came straight from the plane to the venue, sound checked. So all I've seen of Kyiv is I just went outside to my hotel and walked through like a little part of the town.
Yeah, did you like it?
That's all I've seen. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I can only tell like 1% of what it's like. But it's got a cool, like, I can already feel a different atmosphere. And then I had some food, and the food is really cool. And I tried all these shots. Yeah, like one is like one's like
vodka, like or something like stronger.
No, like they gave me like 5 different ones. One's like black pepper.
Okay.
And one was like horseradish.
Yeah, it's some kind of some sort of vodka, but anyway.
Right, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I had 5 of them. So now I
you
feel
made the
fucking
essential
crazy.
stuff, and now
yeah, the important stuff. I ate a chicken Kiev. I tried all the shots.
Yeah,
I tried salads and lots of garlic stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Like pickled garlic.
Yeah, actually, like I just looked through your schedule, like the touring schedule, and it's kind of like really tight one. So yesterday you were in Moscow.
Yeah.
And the day before yesterday it was. So actually, like I was reading like one of your interviews that actually like this kind of extensive touring was one of the reasons you actually like were apart for some time with Laura.
Yeah, because we did that for like 6 years without really stopping. Yeah.
So then you decided to reunite. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who texted first?
Do you know what? I don't know. Probably Laura.
Come on.
Actually.
Because she's not here. That's
yeah,
why
because she's not here. No, you know what happened is we realised we needed some. This cup's leaking on me.
Okay.
Hang on. I'll just drink it.
Yeah. Do it like in rock and roll style. Yeah. Well done.
I fixed the problem. We spent loads of time apart, and then Laura went to America.
Yeah.
And actually, mostly what happened was she just called me and said, "You should come to LA. It's amazing, and we could have kind of like a new life here, and we could change a lot of things and try some different stuff." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
So you went to Los Angeles.
So I went to LA, and that's when we started writing the album. We rented a house in LA, and we had like a garage, and we set up and played and just started trying.
So why do you think like the best albums are really like written in LA? Like the Arctic Monkeys album, for example.
I don't know.
What's like the mood or
there's
the
something
atmosphere?
about the place.
Yeah, really.
But we do that. We're like vultures. Like we go to different cities to kind of take something. Like we went to Berlin to make our 4th records, and it's like you use the place you're in to help give you a different type. Maybe like, yeah, or like it's almost like it brings out a different aspect of your personality. Like you're a slightly different type of person in that place.
So this album is written in LA.
Yeah, and recorded, cool. And I can hear it in the album. I can hear because it's got something about it that feels like Los Angeles. It's a bit slower, sounds good in a car. It's a bit more sexy. It's a bit more kind of. It's not like a lo-fi like rock record. It's a bit more kind of shiny and like well presented. I think that's very Los Angeles.
Yeah, because you mentioned somewhere in the interview that you're not longer like 2-piece band.
No, 4.
Yeah, four of you.
Well,
and
the
so
band is me and Laura, but the live band is 4 of us.
So what is kind of who was added to the band?
So we added 2 friends of ours.
Okay.
Because.
So you needed this change because.
Yeah, we knew because when we made the album, we were like, "There's no way we can play this live." Like, no way. We don't have enough arms or legs, so we have to have some other people. So we thought about auditioning different people to try them out, and then we realised we never started the band by auditioning. We did it because it just seemed right. So we thought, rather than go through this thing of trying different people and like rating who's the best, we basically just picked 2 of our friends.
Yeah.
Because we were like, they'll fit in, and for us, it's more important that we have the right type of person, and then they can learn the songs. We don't need like the world's greatest synth player, you know. We just need someone who's going to be in the gang.
Some intermediate one.
We like to feel like a gang, and it's important.
Yeah.
So we picked 2 friends from really cool other bands. James plays in a band called Tiger Cub, and Hannah plays in a band called 254.
Oh, yeah,
and we knew they're both cool. We've toured with both their bands, so we were like, you're coming with us. We need you for a year. Come with us.
For a year,
and they said yes.
It's easy, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. We've got them for a year.
Yeah. So how is like the album? How's the audience react? Like, do you have like the bangers already on the album? Like, you feel that the audience really
Yeah,
reacts?
we do.
Which ones?
You'll see it when we play later. Like, we only do 6 of the
Mexican
songs to
Dress,
record.
for example?
Yeah, Mexican Dress and Bang Saw, people go mental. And Elijah, people go crazy. And actually, it's different in different countries.
Yeah, really? So
Yeah.
what's the difference?
In certain places, people go towards other songs. Like in France, they really go crazy for Eye to Eye. And then in other countries, they go crazier to like faster songs. Like Bang Saw or Mexican Dress. I noticed that different countries like different parts of what we do.
Yeah, that's interesting because like it's interesting to look at our audience, what kind of songs.
Yeah, because we've never been here
Yeah.
before. So
Yeah,
for
that's
us, this is a
very
total like, it's gambling. We're just rolling the dice to see what happens.
Yeah, but actually, like, just because we are talking before the show, do you have like specific rituals or like kind of for warming yourself up?
Yeah, I do
Like, you know,
interviews.
listen to Prodigy.
That's my ritual.
Like meditating, I don't know, like
Do
listen
you want to know what we do? We
Yeah.
jump around a lot, we scream a lot
really
to
like
get
in the
loosened
hospital?
up. We drink a whole load of shots of tequila, and we usually listen
So
to
you
this
drink before
always. Yeah.
and urine.
Yeah. And afterwards too. We're British.
Ah,
It's
so-
the only thing we're good at in England is drinking.
So you
too
don't
much.
correspond to this, you know, rock and roll style. So yeah,
Well, that's our job, right? So I like to
pop,
do our job
drugs,
properly.
and all the things. Yeah.
Everything, all of it.
Oh, it's
Out,
awesome.
11 out of 10. No, mostly we actually listen to this Metallica song called Purified that we're obsessed with because it might be the worst song ever. And it's just so bad, it's funny, and we can't stop listening to it. It's become like our running joke. We put it on all the time. We'll put it on over the PA too.
Oh, cool.
We just listen to it and like laugh, basically.
And after the show, have some kind of unwired like after the show. So
Really
like,
depends.
Go to the hotel room.
What
and
we do
sleep.
after show
Do you sleep at
really
home?
depends. Not recently, it doesn't feel like it. I think we're all going on like 2 hours sleep. These guys who are just coming in now went back to the hotel to sleep, but I didn't. I went to go and eat some food because I was like trying to make a decision, like food or sleep. I decided food was more useful at this point. But after the show, it really depends what the show's like. Like sometimes if you have a really shitty gig, then
Did you have
just-
this already? Like starting at the end of
Actually,
the
that hasn't happened to us. That only happened once this year.
Yeah?
And it was
Where
the
is that?
first show of the tour.
the first?
The very first show of the whole tour back in January.
Funny.
I had like the worst show ever. I don't know, it was like everything was fine and then I walked on stage and it was like my brain quit and suddenly I couldn't remember how to play drums anymore and I just sucked. I was just really bad.
That was your
the
fault.
entire show, it was my fault, yeah, I was really shit.
Actually, this was a new album and the first show. And
Yeah, and I just ruined it. I was so fucking bad. I fucked up like really simple stuff. I was just, yeah, it was awful. And then after that, I just wanted to like curl up or get buried in a hole. But most shows have been really fucking cool this year. Like, really cool audience reactions,
Where was
really
the best
fun.
one?
And then, do you know what? I think maybe, I don't mind picking favourites, but I
But
think Moscow last night might have been the
Really?
best show this year.
And in St. Petersburg.
So Petersburg was fucking cool. Everywhere's been really cool, apart from one show,
From
yeah, in
Moscow.
London at the start.
Yeah, because I heard that they
Moscow
really
was really
Yeah.
intense last night. Like I was scared of them.
Did you have the support of like the support band yesterday?
No, it's just
because
us.
today you had this one. And
Yeah, and I went to eat and I ran back here because I wanted
Yeah,
to see
because
another
it's a really
band.
cool one,
And then
yeah.
I got here and they opened the door to watch them and they walked off stage. So I caught like literally the last note of their whole set.
I mean, you would listen to the
But I
recordings.
really tried.
Yeah, they're really like similar because they're also like two
Yeah,
members in the
right.
band. Yeah, they're cool ones.
But it's a heavy sound. It's not like a small sound.
But
Like-
actually, you were also playing in the sport, like the sport band. What's like your favorite show? Because I know that you responded with Queens of the Stone Age. If you
Yeah,
remember.
we've played with loads of bands.
So, do
What's
you remember
my
what was like the
favourite?
favorite like?
My favourite was we played with Rage Against the Machine
Oh, really?
in Paris once, and it was really early. This is like maybe even 10 years ago now, and we got asked to open an outdoor show. It was 30,000 people
Oh my God.
with
This is
Rage Against the
stadium or
Machine,
something?
and it was like there's only me and Laura, and we only made one album at this point. And we were really new, but we were like, that's one of our dream bands.
So the Rage Against the Machine, they picked you actually.
No, the
No?
promoter picked us. I would have loved if they did, but they didn't. But it was awesome. And then like backstage, they were super cool guys, and they have like a ping pong table set up, And like everyone was so excited about the show. Laura's dad flew to Paris to come to the show, and we fucking went on stage, played, came back, had some food, walked outside, and there's Tom Morello and Laura's dad playing ping pong. And I was like, what the fuck's happening in my life, man? Laura's dad's playing Tom Morello. Like, cool. Yeah, it was really cool.
It's really convenient when you have your own label and you can just make recordings.
It really helps, actually. Yeah, you spend, as a teenager, you want to be in a rock band, you spend your whole time thinking, I just want a record deal, I want a record deal. Then as soon as you have a record deal, you realise all you want to do is get out of having a record deal. This is what I try and tell bands that are like younger than us that we meet.
Yeah, so actually, like, because you have the label, probably you look for some bands, so you just notice some bands that you really like. So like touring, like.
That's how we find bands, yeah.
Yeah.
So James, who's playing synths for us, he plays in a band called Tiger Cub. We released one of their singles. And we released a band that we found on tour called Raketkanen, who are Belgian.
Belgium.
Yeah, they're really fucking
so
cool.
probably the guys from Bruni, like.
So if I actually got to hear them, maybe. But that's how we find bands.
Yeah.
We just see anything we like. We'll say to them, hey, do you want to put a record out?
Yeah.
It's really easy. We don't have contracts. We don't have like a lawyer. We don't do any of the business shit. We just meet people, and if it's a cool relationship, we put it out.
So what is like more important, like to look at the bands when it's live or just recording? So you usually how you do it?
Usually it's live, because that's how we find bands, because we're always touring, so we're always seeing other bands. You see them at festivals, you see them supporting you, or on your day off sometimes. It's not so much recordings, but.
So you actually like people, the members of the band, they give you the recordings and you do, like during your tour.
Yeah, we get people.
Happen?
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. And sometimes we listen to it, and sometimes it gets lost in like the van or in a bag.
So if somebody comes in right now and gives you a record, is it like the chance that you will?
There's a chance.
Yeah,
it's not definite. It's like flicking a coin, because someone's going to give me that record. I might not be able to listen to it for like a week because I'm traveling. So I might lose it, or I might get stuck in something, or I'll get back and I'll have so much that I won't have have the brain power to listen to it. But yeah, I think we've heard a few bands that way, because there's bands we've tried to release that in the end it hasn't worked out. Then I think the next person we're releasing is someone that we found in America.
Really?
Yeah.
So I want to take your time for long, and the last question I want to ask, but especially for new bands, the beginners, what would you tell yourself like 10 years ago if you knew that's gonna happen?
What would I tell myself 10 years ago?
The clue to success, or
there is no key to success.
no?
I think the most important thing, but I don't know how, but we figured this out. The most important thing to survive, which is, I call that success because it's so difficult to survive, is to communicate.
Yeah, actually,
I think a lot of bands that I meet who are younger, they don't talk to each other. And you have to talk to each other. You have to have conversations that are really difficult, and you have to have fights, and you have to get over that and understand that it's going to happen. But you have to communicate all the time. That's the most important thing. That's the only way you can stay together in a band, because it's fucking difficult.
Yes. And I just remember that the answer to this question, like actually like Tom Megan from Kyiv, he said that when he was asked what would you tell yourself like 10 years ago, he said, okay, you probably would have drugs. So this was a simple question.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So thank you, Steven.
No problem.
Had a good show.
Thanks, I will.
Thank you.